I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. This is another review for Guillermo. Thank you so much for that. He sent in a very generous donation to my PayPal. Thus, he's getting quite a few reviews. If anyone's ever interested in requesting pretty much any type of video, you can request it directly to my PayPal or join me on my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. If not, no worries. But if so, thank you so much. But Blackwater is a film I had heard of, but had not seen until now, and I think there's actually a sequel that came out recently, like sequel in name only, but this was pretty good. I mean, it's not as good as, say, Rogue, or Crawl, but it was good. It was, I believe, Australia. I can't remember if it was Australia. It's a very minimalistic but effective crocodile film. I thought it had some really decent performances, some really solid croc footage. I mean, a lot of times they use an actual croc. Maybe that's why you didn't see the crocodile that much. And then the moments they showed it, a lot of it looked real or was real. Again, it's mainly three people who star in the film. That really always... Probably all that we see is like four people. Then one goes pretty quickly, so our three characters, which is a husband, his wife, and the wife's sister. And I think they go to Australia. That's it is. They go to Australia, and they're on a river tour. And one woman is pregnant, but she doesn't want to tell her husband. And then the three of them, they go on this tour with this guide. The boat gets flipped over. The guide gets killed. And the three are stuck on this tree in the middle of nowhere. This river, swamp, type of area. Not swamp, but this river area. And they have to figure out what to do next. Are they going to try to get to the boat that's flipped over, even though there's a crocodile in the water? Are they going to try to escape using the trees? How far can they get? Even if they get far, there's still water they got to traverse. Are they able to do that? And again, it's very minimalistic. Mostly this one location. You don't see the crocodile tons. But the few times you do, it's effective. You know, it'll rise up. You see its head, then go back down. There's shots that look as if they had the camera and they just had the crocodile like go towards and bite the camera. They get certain footage. I really didn't notice any special like CGI effects. It seemed, if not every shot, then almost every shot was done either with a practical like puppet croc or utilizing a real fucking crocodile. And yeah, it was just where it was shot, the location they shot it at looked real and was effective for the film. The actors did their jobs fine. I found them to be likable characters. Not deep. Like, you don't get to learn a lot about them. It tries to stitch with the situation and goes on from there. It's a survival story that it's not survival story done the right way, let me put that in that fashion. It's for free on Tubi TV. I guess I'm not giving a lot away because it's not an action-packed film. It's not a film where a ton of stuff happens. But for what it was, I thought it was done fairly well. To get more into spoilers, starting now. Sometimes I do that where I say spoilers and I reach for a drink just to give people the even more of a heads up in time, like, hey, I will be doing spoilers for those who don't want to hear it. When the boyfriend gets killed, boyfriend, I like that, you know, he gets pulled under and then the croc kind of pops his head up with something in his mouth. I thought it was like a nice reveal. And then you see it simmer down. It just seemed real. It seemed realistic in a weird way. Just a lot of times it's a CGI, even Crawl, which I love Crawl, and I would put that above this. Just Crawl was just a very fun, entertaining movie that Alexander Aja and such made. I loved Crawl, but they were CG creatures, animals. Here, once again, when it's real, or even you have a puppet that looks real, a lot of times they did use a real croc, it just makes things more exciting to me. It makes simple things more effective. Just, oh shit. Like there's a shot where the lady is with a gun, and then right behind her you see the crocodile like appear out of the water like this. Like rise up. And that to me is one of the best shots in the movie. Again, she's looking around here and you see it appear like behind her. And it's like, oh shit. It looked cool, it looked real, it looked like they actually had a real fucking crocodile rise up right behind this actress. If that was it looked really fucking real. And if it was real, kudos for the actress for doing it. And certain characters get rolled and dragged and things of that nature. There's one point where a character wakes up next to a dead body because she's been dragged, and not killed but dragged, and then she has like this crooked broken finger, like, ooh shit, and then she has to pop it back in or like fix it. Again, there's more in the spoilers. I like the idea there's a point where she has this revolver, but because it's been in, it can't work right. And then she has to keep checking it to make sure it works. Because either it was... I mean, just something messed up with it. I was going to say it was in the water. I think that's part of it too. But then she does take the bullets and she kind of rinses it in the water, and then the gun, like, I think mud had a hand in it more so maybe than water. But that was an interesting idea. One moment I didn't understand, our lead character, which I was surprised on who the lead character became. I'll get to that. But she's dealing with the croc, and she has her arm in the croc's mouth. I don't understand why the croc wasn't immediately biting her arm off. Like, she's fine with the croc and it's moving around and her arm is in the mouth. You see a shot with the arm in the mouth, and the crotch. Why isn't the crotch biting her? If it's biting her, she's not fucking feeling anything. And she's like trying to do it, and then ultimately she does shoot it in the head. It was a nice effect when it pops out the top of the crotch's head. I like the idea of shooting it in the mouth and coming off the top of the head. I just don't understand why the crotch taking its time to not bite down and tear and rip. And then when she comes out, like her arm, there's no markings or blood. So if you've seen the film, maybe you could explain to me why the crotch wasn't biting her fucking arm off. I think maybe it could have been done a lot quicker, where she's moving and then quickly she goes in and perhaps do that. I think that's why it needed to be a much quicker thing, so she was able to shoot it before it would bite her arm. But the fact, I'm not saying it's taking too much time. The crotch should have bit her arm off by now, or broken it at least, or squeezing it, or cut it with his teeth or something, man. So that's one of my few nitpicks with the film. I mean, yeah, I could always do with more crocodile action, but that's why I say it's minimalistic, but I thought it was rather effective. And again, this is the spoiler section of review. The couple die. Like the husband, the boyfriend dies, and then you think, oh, well, this girl, because she's pregnant, and her boyfriend just died. No, she dies too, because she gets bit, dies of her wounds, blood loss. It's the sister character that becomes our lead, and the sister character that survives. That I did not see coming. That I was rather surprised by. So technically, a pregnant lady died. I mean, technically, that's the truth. A pregnant lady died because of her wounds, but that surprised me. That did surprise me. I was like, oh shit, okay. You got me, movie. Did not see that coming. But it does end on a, well, technically that's downbeat, but the girl, the sister, kills the crotch, gets the boat, is going to take her sister, well, no longer pregnant, sister's body back to shore. The movie ends. Like I say, it's a simple concept with some decent performances, effective moments with a crocodile. Not big, not grand, not too gory or anything, but what it was trying to do, I thought it did rather well. It's not action. It's not action-packed. It's not big body count. It's not that kind of movie. It's a little survival story that, I thought was done pretty damn decently. This was a nice little surprise. Blackwater. I liked it. I do think it's one of the better crocodile. I would put Road, which is an Australian film, above it. I would put Alligator, of course. I know it's crocodile here, but whether Alligator or Crocodile, whether those type of movies, Alligator, Robert Forster, Crawl, what did I mention? Road, I would put that above this. But this is easily better than Blood Surf or Toby Hooper's Crocodile or some of those sci bullshit movies. And thank goodness someone did a movie and said, no, let's use either real croc footage, like we're going to film a real crocodile, or use minimally this practical effect. I mean, they did some pretty damn neat shots in there because of that. So, pretty decent film. I liked it. With that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.